Well, hello everybody, and welcome to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert, day 3 of Lucky 7's giveaway. And looks like everything's going smooth so far today. Sorry about the late post. Like I said in my comment yesterday, um, there was a hacker trying to get people to click on a phone number and text them using my logo, my channel logo, and putting in some kind of a 909 number or something. And like I said, I will never, ever ask anybody in any of the contests or on any of my social media videos to text me, or I will never, ever post my phone number on public content so everybody in the world can get my phone number. I don't need that kind of hassle. So I hope some of you that did see that were smart enough to know it was a scam. And from what I understand is what the scammers are doing is they want you to text them at that number that they post, and that automatically locks them into your cell phone, and then they can get into your phone and steal your banking information and your credit card information and all that other stuff that people store on their phones. I don't store that stuff on my phone, so I don't have to worry about it. So anyway, we're out here in the garden looking at one of the pears. That's how big it is. So here's some apples. These are Fuji's right here. That one back there is Gala. And let's see. Oh, here's a pear, another pear. And there's two more pears over here, or a pair of pears. Female pear. Okay. So anyway, I've got a total of, oh, there's another one. There's 5 pears and 3 apples on this little tree. And that's only the thickness of my forefinger, if you can see it right there. So, yeah. So, looking good. I think I might do a little grafting this afternoon. It's getting time to open this up pretty soon and see how the air layer is going. I want to get those 2 branches off of there, and I don't want to let them go for the whole winter. Anyway, I've been getting ahead of the grasshoppers. As you can see, things are starting to look up here a little bit, and that's a good thing. They quit eating the avocado leaves, and I got fresh growth at the top. And this avocado tree is getting really big. I'm going to have to come up with a new cover for it. What I'll probably end up doing is, this is the cover right here. I'll end up cutting the bottom out of it and then putting another bucket over the top of that so it's taller, so I can cover that for the winter. And then I got to make another one for that avocado tree, so see if I can get them through the winter. Peach tree's doing okay. And I did harvest some onions. I got them hanging here to dry off the moisture that's on them. And then I'll give them a good washing, or actually don't have to wash them if I let them completely dry. You just brush them off at that point. But these roots are just begging to go back in the ground. So that's where they'll go when I use those. So I don't have to buy onions this week. I did cut off the greens on the top. There's just a couple of them that were left over, and I cut those off because I'm going to make some green onion dip so I can have with some Ruffles potato chips. Normally I make my own potato chips, but I do have a bag of Ruffles that came with a sandwich I bought in town, and I will munch on those for a snack later. Okay, so anyway, Tortuga Lisa said that she was wincing when she saw me using that trimming tool on this pear tree, but I think she forgot that this pear tree is non-productive. It's actually a pest tree from Europe. It is of the pear family, but it'll never grow fruit. So it's good for a rootstock, and that's about it. So that's what I'm going to use it for. So here, these two branches right here that you're looking at, those are actually ambrosia apple grafts that I did back in 2022. And they're growing up pretty good. So I cut the branches out from around it so the sun could get their leaves and do their photosynthesis. So those are going good. The pear tree graft, for some reason, died off on me, it looks like, right here. But I'm going to work on that and see if I can get it back. If not, I've got another apple up here that I grafted early this year, back in April, and it's taken and it's doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to want to cut this part off, but I was hoping to use that as an air layer so I can get another rootstock going. So what I think I might do is get an air layer going right in this area right here, and see if I can wrap something around there. I might do it with just a black plastic bag, or a piece of a black plastic bag, because I don't want to disrupt that apple graft. But I can cut it here, because what that's going to do is it's not going to use this energy anymore from the main tree going down. It's going to try to grow its own roots right there, which will send all of the energy that's coming up this branch into that apple graft. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, these are other failed grafts right here. I just left the stuff on there so that I don't have exposure to the tree. All right. So, as I said, I was getting ahead of the grasshoppers, and everything's starting to come back. Even my potato plants here that were completely devastated by this. That one, of course, didn't make it. So I'm going to dig into it and see if there are any potatoes below there. But I can let them sit in the ground for a week or so. That just helps them cure better. So I will be digging that one out and see what's under it. And then this one looks like it's coming back, and all these others have got new green leaves on them. So since I got ahead of the grasshoppers, of course they did get to the red potato plant here. So I will be pulling that one up too, and also seeing if there's anything growing underneath. Oh, there is something growing from it. So I'll leave that one alone. So I got something coming up. And this one is doing just fine. And this is one of the red potatoes that a while back I found on the ground in a supermarket parking lot right next to my van, and a trash barrel that somebody had thrown them in the trash, and I guess they went in and bought some fresh ones. Tomatoes doing great. I got some tomatoes on the plant here. These are Romas, but I hope they don't go roaming. They want them to stay home. And yeah, there's tomatoes on this plant coming up too. This is heirloom. So my 4 or 5 of the plants in here have got tomatoes set on it. And I walked right past it, but I want to come back here and show you before I call this one a day. What a cucumber. Isn't that a cucumber? And this second one has a baby cucumber down inside there, right under that flower. Right under that flower. Right over there. And that one has a baby cucumber on it, and that one has a baby cucumber on it. And I saw some bees in here doing their pollinating thing, so I was happy to see that. The white stuff on the ground here, diatomaceous earth. I put in my lettuce sprouts that I had inside the cabin. I put them in over there, and then I put one of those racks up over there so I can cover it, because we got 100-degree temperatures coming. So what I will do is I've got a couple of bottles of water in the freezer. I'll freeze them to make solid ice, and then I'm going to cover that thing with shade cloth, a second thing of shade cloth, and put 2 1-liter bottles of frozen water in there during the hot day, and let those keep it cooler inside of the little enclosure, see if that works. See, out here in the desert, it's not just planting a garden and sitting back and waiting until you can eat. Over here, you come up with problems, you come up with an answer to solve the problem, and if that doesn't work, you come up with a new answer. So that's where we're at. So it's G-Bear ahead of the grasshoppers now. Although I did come in and see about 10 or 15 of them today take off when they saw me coming. And I also saw a gopher snake in here, so that's a good thing. But what I've done to help with the grasshopper situation is I got 2 panels off the roof of the greenhouse so the birds can get in. And the birds come in and they see the little white moths and they see the grasshoppers and they chow down. Try to sneak one past me. So anyway, I see a bee over there. That's a good sign. I love bees. This is G-Bear reminding you to get your entry in, and we'll get you on the wheel. And Sunday is going to be the live episode. I'll be posting the time, the exact time for that on Saturday, in Saturday's video. And those of you who haven't read the rules and regulations of the giveaway, go back to the 25th, I think it was, or the 24th. It was a couple of days ago, 2 days ago actually, where I put out the list of the rules and regulations. And don't forget to read the comments, because I always add something in the comments. And I'll add something in the comments of this one also. So don't forget to do that. And like I said, if anybody's from out of country, you will be responsible for the shipping of the prize. There's no charge for entering this. It's a free contest, but you can leave super thanks. Are always appreciated, because money is really tight, and the super thanks will help me with the cost of shipping for USPS within the United States. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget the thumbs ups. Don't forget to share and subscribe. This is G-Bear signing off.